long-term basis is that 3 years down the line and looking at the skype that this business is getting, there would be not only us as an organization, there would be a few other players in the market who would require a similar sort of a pool, where they would need people who can immediately be available and come to them and work whenever there are those moments when suddenly we get the business. So, and we were discussing this with some of these other partners that we have been engaged with, and one of them said yes to this, even if it was not, something which was not there on the plate, but they said they will customize this study for us, and they will take the run in getting in touch with some of the other players and see what they have to say. And if they are fine, then these courses will be there on their roles, and whenever we need, they can come here, they can work with us. Whenever there is a lull moment at our end, they can be transferred to some of the other client having a similar role. So, that sort of innovation has to be there, and since being it a very new industry which is still under evolution, I think we need to look at different ways, some of the ways which have to be very non-conventional, So I think that is what my requirement would be.
Out of box thinking.
Out of box thinking, and I'm fine partnering and investing money and effort, with a partner like this, but he has to say or she has to say
music.
Yes. Yeah.
I like the word investing.
But at the end of the day, even I don't know whether this model will be a successful model down the line in 6 months. But I'm saying that somebody has to come and say that, okay, yes, I'm fine, partnering with you on that.
Some of it has already been repeated, but I think two things that I will look at from my recruitment firms. One, I want the firms to clearly have sound understanding of business. Okay, I think currently there is a reactive mode. We have positions, they fill the positions. But I think in a case, if they actually become strong partners in understanding business requirements and so on and so forth, what they can do is they can actually they can sell profiles to us, which means that they can start growing our business, right? If they find somebody which is very good, they can actually sell that person. So I'm thinking of a next dimension, which is kind of an oversell a candidate. Tell us that this candidate can bring you this much. Please keep it in pipeline. Probably it's going to work wonders for you. So that approach is still not there, and I believe if any of our agencies can actually work towards that, and it will be of help. Obviously, it demands certain bit of additional knowledge and capacity also in the team, but that is going to be of much more help to us. Additional second piece is this business is always going to be of highs and lows, and we have seen 2009, 2008 where the hiring was limited and we weren't hiring, and also HR teams within the firms are always going to be, because it is a cost teams and it's cost sensitive to add resources there. So what I think it's going to be helpful from a HR community is that if certain capability in recruiters teams can also be generated, which can act if HR or business is looking for a peak demand, okay, and HR doesn't want to add up resources in their teams, so recruiters can actually take that capacity and move it up. So and that too happens quickly, because it happens, if there are timelines, it shouldn't happen that there is a 4-month, 5-month time period when the capacity is required and when it's delivered. So it becomes an extended arm of a recruitment function. That is something that I'm looking for, and which will actually make sure that HR is utilizing their time in relationship building, or in making sure that they are understanding business. They are not just typically sourcing candidates actually. So I would say that these are the two things that I would like to put forward. Rest, Anshumal and Pankaj have already said.
Aditya, you are frankly, I don't think I can add any perspective. I think it's important that we have people who can problem solve with us. I think that's absolutely critical, and Pankaj sort of covered that. And then I think the point which Joseph was trying to make was about looking at different engagement models. So don't restrict yourself to a success fee model or some other model, but try to innovate in terms of your engagement models also. Just like as an industry we have tried to innovate while working with our clients, you should also look at other engagement models. I think these are the 2 points.
Thank you so much, and I will request Sudha to extend a vote of thanks.
It's actually been wonderful. I'd like to start by thanking our speakers, Anshumal, Pankaj, Rohit and Aditya. I personally found it very, very enlightening. I actually had an adrenaline rush because I think the perspective has been very, very different. We are used to hearing the words vendor, sweatshop, stuff like that thrown at us. No, I really mean this, all of you talk to us like we were partners, and I think that's something we really appreciate. I'd like to give them a hand. I think that was wonderful. Just the respect that you extended to us, so thank you very much for taking time out and being a part of this. I'd like to thank IMI and Professor Kalra, who's here, for extending they are partnering with us. They've also given us the use of this facility, which makes it very, very nice for us to be able to do this. Thank you, sir. Our sponsors, Platina Software, thank you so much for helping us put this together. And each one of you for attending and being a part of this. We'll see you again next month with our next one. Thank you.
We will request Rituraj to hand over